Okay, are we ready? All right. All right, this is a story that takes place years ago in a Midwestern community where the whole town, all the children went to the same school, and so all of the parents there, but they knew that it wasn't a very big town, I guess is what we would say. But most everybody there knew everybody else, which was fine. Well, every year it had been a tradition that the children in the school would put on the Christmas play. Now, you know what the Christmas play is? Okay. Christmas play is when the children act out all the parts of the biblical story about Joseph and Mary coming into Jerusalem when baby Jesus was born. Okay? That's what's called the Christmas story. Okay? Now, so all of them had children assigned to each of the tasks, or each of the parts of the play. They had one of the girls play Mary, another boy played Joseph, another boy played an animal or various things, but they had actors for every one of the participants in the play. They had one actor who was a boy whose name was Wallace Perling. And Wallace was a little bit slower than some of the other children, and so he had been held back a grade, and he was a little bit bigger than the rest of the children, a little taller. Okay? Now these were third, fourth-year-old graders. Anyway, he was assigned the part of playing the innkeeper. And his job is when Joseph and Mary came up to the door of the inn seeking shelter, he was to say, "I have no room in the inn. You'll have to go away and find shelter elsewhere." So he had a pretty simple thing to say, but he was supposed to say it in a gruff manner so that it would probably maybe upset how Joseph and Mary might have felt, okay? But he was supposed to be gruff about it. Okay, well anyway, the play goes off. They had the star. They had the children that played the shepherds. They had the children that sang the songs. And it was just going beautifully. And Mary and Joseph come into the stage, which is into Jerusalem, and they go up to this innkeeper's door, and they knock on the door, and Wallace opens up the door, and he says, "What do you want?" in his big gruff voice as best he can. And Joseph said, "Sir, my wife is with child. We seek her in. We can't find any place anywhere." He said, "I'm sorry. I have no room in the inn. Go away." So he's supposed to close the door, but he doesn't. So Joseph and Mary, they turn and they're walking away. Well, Joseph is all caught up in this, and he's standing there, and the door of the inn is still open, and he's watching Mary and Joseph walk away. And all of a sudden, he smiles. He says, "Mary, you can have my room." Now, what'd you think of a little young like that? That was willing to give of himself for Christmas. And see, that's what Christmas is all about. It's giving of ourselves. And that's what Christ's mission is all about. was giving. And the more we give, the more Christ-like we can become. Okay, that's the end of my story.
It's a good story, huh? Want to be like Wallace Purley and let Mary have your room?
So you can you remember Wallace Purley? Be a giver? Okay.